Welcome to the Attention Now podcast, where we talk to successful business people to provide quality content and business mindset and a path on how to succeed. Today on the show, we have Edwin Carrion. Edwin is a U.S. Marine and entrepreneur. Edwin is a God-made millionaire, family-oriented investor and mentor. Edwin has founded several multi-million-dollar companies that specialize in real estate development, precious metals, transportation, logistics, investments, and business education and consulting. Backed by 20 years of extensive experience in various industries, Edwin now shares his passion for entrepreneurship by training and mentoring others, since he realized most people don't have a fulfilled life. Edwin, welcome to the show.
Hey, Dave, thank you for having me. To everybody listening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever part of the world you're listening to.
Absolutely. It's great to have you on here and talk about your story and business success. Thank you for your service. Semper Fi, we're both Marines. So,
well, Semper Fi, thank you as well. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
So since we're starting there with the Marine Corps, what years did you serve, Edwin?
I served from 1998 to 2002, active duty,
Okay.
MSG. For those of you that know what MSG is, Marine Security Guard.
Nice. Were you stationed all over with MSG?
I was very fortunate enough. I was in Russia and I was in Chile.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's two big differences. Which one was better?
Yes, it's totally opposite. I really enjoyed Moscow for the fact that it was 30 Marines and Chile was only 5 Marines.
Oh, wow.
When you're surrounded by a larger group, I think it's, you have more diversity, so it's a lot more fun.
Awesome. What was one of the most valuable lessons you learned in the Marine Corps?
I think the most valuable lessons is really pouring down into what my core values were for the rest of my life. Even though I understood I was raised and my mother raised me with these values. In the Marine Corps, all those values that she raised me with, they came down to just a few of them, meaning that the honor, the courage, the commitment, and on top of that, the faith.
Okay, awesome. Was your mom an entrepreneur as well?
She is an entrepreneur.
Okay, what did she do?
In Ecuador, she did quite a few things here and there. Always hustling, not specifically an entrepreneur, but when we came to the United States, we opened up her commercial insurance agency, and she's been running that company ever since until now. So she's been in business for almost close to 30 years now.
That's incredible when a parent can show their child a path for success, right? And that's what I love about you. That you love helping many people. You run many businesses that are very profitable. What has been the recipe to succeed and to make that happen in each business?
I think the recipe for that has been the repetition.
Okay.
And I think repetition is always the key to success. So when you find success in something, or you figure how to do something right, I think the more that you keep doing it, the better you become at it.
Got it. Can you share with us one of the biggest lessons that you have learned in business from all these years in business?
I think the biggest lesson is that the more that you fail, the more that you learn. So I think failure has to do a lot with becoming successful or finding success in a way. And I think to me, what has helped me a lot is that when I went bankrupt in 2007, that was like my biggest failure ever. And I think it was my biggest blessing at the same time because it taught me a lot. It taught me resilience, meaning that if you fail once, as long as you get up and you try again, you're going to be able to succeed. It also taught me that not to be over leveraged or overextended, meaning not having a lot of debt. But it also taught me that money that you should never follow money as an end. You should look for something that is going to fulfill you versus the money.
Got it. And I think diversification is also a big play, right? And I think
yes,
I think that's what you're doing now is make sure you diversify to make sure that you're not counting on just one platform. So can you tell us a little bit about your businesses, a little bit more detail on what you do?
Yeah, I think when we talk about the diversification, one of the things that I always like to make sure that people understand is that we start diversifying after something is solid. A lot of people try to do too many things at the same time and they don't work out. And the reason they don't work out is because you're giving it that little bit of time to each one of them. Therefore, what I have learned is that in order before you diversify, you have to make sure that something is already solid and established before you move on to the next thing and the next thing. And I think that's also part of the process of becoming successful in different things and different industries. If, for example, for me, I run multiple companies at the moment. I run a transportation company, I run a real estate development company, and I also run a business education and consulting company.
Awesome. And the first business that you started after the Marine Corps, what did you do?
Real estate development. I
Real
left
estate
the Marine
development.
Corps. I had no idea what I wanted to do. And I'm like, Mom, what should I do? She's like, become a developer. I'm like, what is that? And she put it in simple terms. And it was like buy land, build houses, and sell them. So I think as insurance entrepreneurs, we tend to complicate things. But if we go back to the basics and we try to figure out, how does our business really work? They're very basic most of the times.
And did you learn that all on your own, basically?
Yes, I had to learn that on my own. I had a few people show me a couple of the ropes along the way. And unfortunately, back then when I started, there was no mentors. Like
Right.
nowadays, you're able to have access to all these mentors, all these coaches. Back then, there wasn't that. And yes, I had to unfortunately learn a lot of it on my own.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, if you could actually learn from people that are actually doing it, right, and help you get to the next level, I think that is huge. And something that I love about what you're doing in coaching is you're actually trying to show people a balance, right? Not just go after just making money, but make sure you're keeping your spiritual life in place. Make sure you're keeping your family in place as well. And I think
Yes,
that's a big part of success, right? The freedom is great, but if you have freedom, money, and all the other, it's like it doesn't work out right.
yeah, and I believe that, and again, that was another key thing that I got when went bankrupt. It's learning how to have that balance in life. And I know a lot of people say you can't have both, or you can't have a balance in life and be successful at the same time. But I'm the one that tells you that that's not true. You can't have both if you really want it. You just have to figure out how you're going to do it and set those boundaries so you're able to have the balance in your life.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if without the balance, if you don't have that balance, you're pretty much ignoring something, right? And you don't want to ignore anything in your life. So
Exactly.
since you brought bankruptcy back up, I'm sure you had probably built your business to a pretty high level, right? Was it worth millions at the time already?
It was worth, yes, like over 20 million.
So it was all worth over 20 million. Okay. So
Yes.
were you like shocked that it all went away pretty quickly?
At the beginning, yes. Yes, at the beginning, I was very shocked. I'm like, why did it happen? How did this happen? Uh, I'm a loser, I'm a failure, and all those things. And with time, I'm like, you know, I was the one. I was trying to blame everybody else and be the victim versus really take and own the responsibility for the mistakes that I made in order to be back there.
Got it. Got it. Okay. And how did you snap out of that?
No, I was very fortunate enough to find at that time, I learned about personal development. And
Okay.
I went to an event, and in that event, um, they talked about, changing the way you think, thinking like a millionaire. They talk about, if you made money once, you can do it again. They talk about having mentors in your life, finding the right mentors. So when I came back, and I'm always being open to opportunities. So the moment that I came back, right after I came back from that event, I completely changed my mind and I stopped blaming myself and I stopped being the victim of myself. I said, you know what? I'm going to open myself for opportunities. And then sure enough, another friend of mine from the Marine Corps comes back. It's like, Edwin, I have a great business opportunity. And I go into the jewelry industry. And within 2 years, I'm already making millions again.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it seems like it seems like you're very talented and you could adapt and overcome. I wonder where you learned that from.
Right. I wanted that too.
That's incredible. And I think it's very important to learn from others, as we mentioned earlier, read the right material, to network with the right people, and just grow your mindset, right? Without that mindset, you're not going to have that belief or you're going to think, like you were saying, blame other people. And speaking of books, you wrote a book as well, correct, Edwin?
Yes, I actually wrote two books.
Two books.
The first one that I wrote was the one that teaches how to buy and sell precious metals. It's called Secrets of the Millionaire Gold Buyer. And
Okay.
on that book, I pretty much teach everything that I learned of the gold buying business.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
how can you create wealth buying and selling precious metals? That
Okay.
book teaches you all of that. And the other book that I wrote, it's called Nine Secrets for a Nine Secrets to Build $1 Million Business and Life.
That's incredible. Okay, good deal. And when did you write those?
Um, the first book I wrote it before I sold my first company.
Okay.
And I think I wrote that book back in 2010, but I didn't get it published until like 2020. So it took
Okay.
like around 10 to 8 years from what I remember to get it published, to finally say, you know what, I need to publish this. I need to put it out on the market for people to really learn from this. And
Got
the
it. Got it.
second one was right after that, like 2022, 2 years ago,
Oh, just
where I
recently.
really, yeah, well, I recently decided like, you know, I need to teach people like, what are the 9 secrets that I kind of follow? What are the main things that I follow in my day-to-day life? And then after talking to a lot of friends and after, you know, mentoring a lot of people how to become successful, I really ingrained those secrets into them so they can use that as their daily life in order to become successful as well.
That's awesome. I'm definitely going to order that when we wrap up here. It's always good to be learning all the time. I think we never stop learning. So definitely gonna. Can you tell us one of the secrets that you think is the most important out of that book?
I mean, the most important out of that book is secret number one, which is faith. And you know, I believe in God, and I want everybody to have a believe in something. You know, I would love for everybody to believe in God, but that's what I believe in. I mean, if you believe in the higher power and Jehovah and Buddha, whatever you want to call it, the universe, I think everything starts with having faith into something, right? Because as an entrepreneur, as a husband, as a human being, there are moments in our lives that we feel very lonely, that we don't know where to go, who to go to. And those are the moments that we need our faith to. But at the same time, with having that faith, it's also that understanding that if we believe in something that is so supernatural, we also have to believe in ourselves because we were created as an equal image of God. So therefore, that means that we have to believe in ourselves. And once we start believing in ourselves, we realize and we understand that we're able to accomplish anything we set our mind to.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my top ones as well. I've had some up and downs in my life, and I think God puts us through stuff to remember, for us to remember. It's like, hey, it's not about you, buddy. This is about me and helping other people, right?
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
love that principle. So I'm looking forward to reading that. Uh, so we actually met through social media, right? Which is
Yes,
amazing, right? Great connector. What do you advise people that are currently not on social media or promoting their business on social media?
yeah. I mean, I would say I wouldn't advise, but I will say that from personal experience, creating your personal brand is one of the best things you could ever do. Not only does it help you level up in your business, but it also helps you connect with other people that are like-minded individuals and they're similar to you that could kind of give you guidance and help you out in order to figure out what you're doing and what you need to do better. The other thing that creating your personal brand does through social media is going to help you connect with amazing people, just like I'm connecting with you and you're giving me, you're sharing your stage with me for me to be able to share my knowledge and my experience through amazing entrepreneurs, amazing veterans that your podcast goes out to. So I think it's a huge platform if you use it right and you use it for the right reasons to be able to connect with amazing people.
Yes, I totally agree. And again, very grateful that we connected and that we are on here. I think helping people is paramount, right? And I just wanted to kind of see, like, for people that are looking to grow. Obviously, there's people at different levels, right? When you got out of the Marine Corps, did you have a lot of money?
I was broke. I
You're
was in
broke.
debt.
Okay.
I was
So
in debt.
I'm going to ask you two questions about moving forward. So a person that has no money, totally broke right now, right? Wants to work with you, wants to do deals with you. How can they connect with you and work with you?
Well, everything starts with taking action. So take action. Uh, Send me a message, connect with me, and you can find me on all my social media channels. at Edwin Carrion 78, or you can go on my website, edwincarrion.com. So everything starts with connecting with people. A lot of people ask me, it's like, Edwin, I don't have money. How can I start a business? And I tell them, I share my story. Look, I started multi-million-dollar companies without having any money out of my pocket. Like my first two companies, I mean, major companies I started, I had no money. And there's plenty of money out there. You have to be the right person to be able to find it and know how to get it. If you want to learn from me, I have different areas of where you can learn from me. And as far as the very affordable, like I make sure that everybody's able to get the same type of knowledge in different ways. And like my lowest investment, that you could invest $1 a day and you can start learning from me.
Awesome. Awesome. And then is it pretty much the same with people that have money and want to work with you?
Yes, definitely the same thing. It's like, and the reason is that with the people that are making money, it happens that we get stuck in certain things in our life. We hit a ceiling. We either hit a revenue ceiling, we either hit a balance, life balance ceiling. And that's where you come in and I'm able to help you excel that and get to the next part of your life, get to the 8 figures, get to have the balanced life, get to have that amazing life, get to accomplish all your dreams that you always thought of.
So if somebody comes to you, the person with no money, what would be the first business you talk to them about?
I'll talk to them about figuring out what is it that they're an expert at, or what is it they have a lot of knowledge in order
Okay.
for them to learn to capitalize that. If they don't know that, then I share a couple of business ideas, examples. Like I share with them my gold buying business. This is a business that you can start with very little money. Okay, start this. I'm giving you all the tools. Learn from this and start doing this. Or you could just easily become an affiliate and refer people to me and make some money by referring people to me.
There you go. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, so you live in Miami and where else?
I currently moved last year to South America. I'm originally from Ecuador, but I lived in Miami most of my life.
Okay.
And last year we moved, my family and I, we moved to South America, Cali, Colombia.
That's awesome. That's a great experience for your family to be able to see different lifestyles, the way different people live. And you have two daughters, correct?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, awesome. And you doing homeschooling with them yet or not yet?
Yes, sir. We've been doing homeschooling for the past 3 years, and
Oh, wow.
they afford us the opportunity to give them a better education
Okay.
and for them to be able to excel at the things that they're really good at.
Awesome, awesome. I'm in the process of doing that with my daughter for next year. So
Oh,
I
nice!
caught that. It's like, you
Congratulations.
know what? It's great to learn from your parents and from other people, right? And be able to get that attention that many people need, or many students need,
Yes,
that feel like they don't get it at school.
yes, yes. I'm
So you
actually
already told us how. I'm
currently
forgot.
looking at a program called a 2-hour education.
Okay. 2-hour education. I'll take a look at that.
I'll send you the link on the off note
All right,
afterwards.
excellent. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to collaborate more, Edwin. I love what you're doing. I love your attitude. I love your faith, and that is extremely hard to find, right? So
Thank you, sir.
I've been in technology. I was in technology for like 30 years. I've worked with some entrepreneurs. I've had some my own companies as well, and learned the hard way also, right? So but I think business coaching is definitely something that if you want to be successful, you need to be around the right people. And I think Edwin is definitely the right person that you want to talk to. What would you like people to know today? We're almost wrapped up. What would you like to know people that are listening today about to know or remember about you or your business the most?
Um, I mean, to remember on me or my business, really nothing in general.
Love
But
it.
I will tell you, I will end with something like, if you don't know where you're going, you will eventually get there. And that goes back into, accomplish your dreams. Whatever you thought of when you were a child, whatever you wanted to do in your life, you can still do it. It's never too late. It's never too late to start. It's never too early to start. So start now, take action. And to all those veterans listening out there, is like, life changes, but we don't change. We're still the same. And if we're able to get through boot camp, we're able to go through anything in our life.
Yeah, I love that because obviously we're both veterans, Marine Corps veterans, and uh, one of my passions is helping many people out there. There's many people that have gone through different campaigns that have suffered and are having a hard time. You know what? Get around the people that are succeeding. Get around people like Edwin, right? Because he's making it happen, and he could actually help you make it happen. And that is one of the parts that a lot of people miss when they're out of the military, is the camaraderie, right? So
Yes.
make sure you have the camaraderie with people that are elevating and succeeding. This way you could actually have that same thing, because the service was one time in your life, small part. Guess what? It's time to start over and develop yourself to the new portion. So I love that. Edwin, it's been a great pleasure. I'm going to ping you when we're done here to set up another time. We need to chat a little bit more. Like I said,
Awesome.
you're definitely on the same wavelength as I am. I love it. So we'll have to work on some collaborating on some stuff. But thank you so much for being on here. May God bless you and your family. And I really appreciate meeting you.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you for having me, and to everybody else. God bless you out there, and have an awesome day.
Awesome. I should have this up by this weekend. I'll make sure I send you a copy when we're done.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, send me a couple of links, send me a couple of pictures so like that I have to put it up there as well.
Okay.
And if you could share the recording of the Zoom, then I'll send it to my team too, also, so we can make some clips later on.
Awesome.
We'll repurpose that. Okay.
All right, brother. God bless. Have a good day.
Thank you, Dave. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.